All right, y'all, it's that time. Please find a seat with your friends or folks you don't know so we can go ahead and get started.
We promise there will be plenty of time for networking following the meeting here today. Oh, that worked, okay.
All right. How's everyone doing tonight? Yeah, that's the energy we want. So for those of y'all I don't know, my name is Danielle Kaplan, and I have the honor of being the secretary on our board of directors, and my co-MC.
Hey there, Eric Smith. I am very, very lucky to be the treasurer on the board of directors here for the Tucson JCC.
And one of us used to MC a little bit more professionally than the other.
And it was Danielle. Go figure.
All right, so some of you may know, some of you may not. Today we are here to celebrate 35 years in this building. Yeah, amazing. So that was 1989, which if you were listening to some of the music, some of us that know music, which is not me, might have recognized that that's the year in which we were listening to. I want to highlight some really cool things we've got going on right now. So on the tables, you will notice those adorable cubes, and we have some videos and pictures. This is all a combination of things that have happened over the last 35 years in this incredible, incredible building and this incredible, incredible place. So take a minute, enjoy, look them over. You might see some of your own pictures up there. I'm waiting to see my kids. So feel free to enjoy all that. And as you are looking around, another thing I really want to highlight is this amazing new ballroom.
Check it out, right?
I mean, this is updated. This is modern. We love it, don't we?
Raise your hand if you have an upcoming bar bat mitzvah. Oh, okay, we got a couple of hits right there. Okay, fantastic.
So, yes, great venue. Consider it. So as we think about the last 35 years, we are going to jump into the motzi here in just a second, but I'm going to hand it off to Eric to talk about his experience a little bit and lead us in that prayer.
I promise I'll be quick because none of you are here to hear about me. But I was also born in 1989 and grew up inside of this very ballroom here. Now, when I went to camp here, there were tarps all over the floor, and my counselor was actually our outgoing board chair, Jordan, right here. Yeah, give him a round of applause. After going to camp here for pretty much my whole entire childhood, I worked here for 9 years, and now I have the pleasure of serving on the board. But there's one thing that always stays constant, and that is before any meal, we do the motzi. Now, you don't have bread on your tables, so you're going to have to pretend. But I think we all know the camp version of this song, right? Okay, don't make me sing it alone on a microphone, because my singing voice is not as good as my MC voice. Are we ready?
Motzi lechem in haaretz, we give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together, as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch Adonai, Elohim haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
And you all went to camp, didn't you? Well done. Well done.
All right. First of all, y'all, amazing, amazing singing. So what we're going to do now, before we move into the more formal portions of our meeting, Eric and I thought it would be fun to start us off with a little 1989 quiz/trivia. So for some of you, you might know the answers and some you won't. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. And if you know the answer, hand up real big, and Eric right there is gonna run really fast.
I can't run that fast, but you can scream at me.
At a moderate pace.
Correct.
To come bring you a microphone. Okay. So the first question, which I have a feeling the young ladies up here might know, is who wrote the album 1989?
Ooh, I know. I know who did their hand first. Who wrote the album 1989?
Taylor Swift.
Yes.
There we go.
We couldn't have a 1989 celebration without some T Swift, right? So this might be a little bit more relevant for other folks. Who became president in 1989?
I saw a hand over here.
Someone knows.
It wasn't very high, but he raised it. You're going to ask which one? Give us both.
It was Bush 1.
Bush 1?
It was.
Okay. I thought he was saying which one. I was like, both? I'm pretty sure there was only one.
There was two. Okay. Which infamous wall came down in 1989? Oh,
I saw a hand. It was the same table. I'm sorry. I'm running it back.
Well, the Berlin Wall.
yes.
There you go.
Well done. All right. Number 4. This is a multiple choice question, so this is going to get a little bit harder. Which of the following movies were released in 1989? A, Batman. B, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. C, Dead Poets Society. D, none of the above. E, all of the above. F, I am too young to answer this question.
First hand. I don't see a hand yet. Oh, I saw a hand. Here we go. What is the answer?
All of the above?
Well done. That was a hard one. Okay, we've got a couple more for you. This is a true or false. The first HD TV broadcast happened in 1989. HD TV, you know.
I'm surprised that I'm running up to one of the youngest people in the room to answer this question. But it was the only hand I saw. And it's going to be your second answer. True or false?
False.
Incorrect.
Oh.
It was true. 35 years of HD TV, just like this building. Amazing. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to do about 2 more. What gaming device, for those of you that are gamers or were gamers, which gaming device came out in 1989?
Hands. Which gaming device? Oh, right here next to me. Okay, which gaming device?
I mean, the Game Boy?
The Game Boy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry, I was reading the question.
I got you covered.
Okay, 2 more. Eric kind of gave this away already. We'll see if you were paying attention. Which one of us, between Eric and myself, was alive in 1989? Yeah, it's Eric.
Okay.
I got to make fun of him.
I'm going to give it to her, though, because her hand was raised and she was standing right next to me, so.
You get the points. All right. Your last question, your last 1989 question, though I know all of you are going to go home and Google every fact about this amazing year, is in 1989, who didn't start the fire?
Oh, wow, that was a fast hand. I'm coming over. It was you. Who did not start the fire?
Billy Joel.
Yes.
Right. All right, well
done. Always good to end on some Billy Joel, I think. I don't know. All right, team. So thank you for engaging in our little quiz. Hopefully you know a little bit more about the year in which this building came to life. So as you probably see, your table does have some salad, so please feel free to dig in. Dinner will be served at some point. But with that, we are going to move into the more formal portion of our meeting, which is really exciting. So I have the tremendous honor, or we have the tremendous honor, of welcoming up Jen Selko. Jen is the Senior Director of Jewish Living and Engagement. So let's give a big hand for Jen.
It's fine. We'll put it down here. Thank you so much, Danielle and Eric. Welcome to the 2024 Tucson J Annual Meeting. The Hebrew year is 5784, and it's my honor to frame for us the moment in which we find ourselves as we reflect on this last year. And as I've been reflecting, really for the past several weeks now, on what to share this evening, I've wrestled like a lot. How can I frame for us this moment? We're here to celebrate this past year and so much good that has happened. And at the same time, we must acknowledge the heaviness we have felt since October 7th. So, I found myself diving into books of Jewish text and consulting with Rabbi Google. After all, we are a people of the book. We are the people of the book. We're text people, where ancient texts help guide us today and help us make meaning and sense out of a modern world that sometimes feels very chaotic. This week's Torah portion is Acharei Mot, Hebrew for after death. After the death of Aaron's sons, the people and God find themselves in a moment of struggle with each other. God gives additional laws and duties for the Kohanim, the high priests, and we learn about special rules for Yom Kippur. There are rules about blood and eating meat and so much more, all fun and happy and light topics. I actually tried to avoid talking about Acharei Mot tonight, and after seeking many other texts, ultimately decided to lean into this one golden text found in this week's portion. Leviticus chapter 18, verse 5 reads, "You shall keep my rules and my laws. A person shall do them and live by them. I am the Eternal." Other Jewish texts teach us the commandment of pikuach nefesh. The sanctity of saving a life is above all other commandments. We will live by them. The laws and commandments, rules, sacred obligations, whatever we want to call them, are guidelines for living. These sacred obligations are opportunities for us to find meaning for ourselves as we live by them. Just a few days ago, we ended the holiday of Pesach, during which we told our story of becoming a free people as we wandered our way towards Israel. We count these first 49 days between Pesach and Shavuot, known as the Omer. And on Shavuot, we acknowledge the receiving of the Torah, our people's core guiding text, from which most other texts have been written. Receiving the Torah is a key milestone in making our way to Israel, the Jewish homeland. Tonight, we count 10 days, 1 week and 3 days of the Omer. Yet, this year, the counting of the Omer feels secondary. These last 209 days have been marked by the accoutrements we have added to our daily wardrobe and by the words, "Machzirim otam habaita akshav." Bring them home now. Our world, especially in the times we find ourselves now, is a complex place. JCCs across the globe have a unique opportunity to meet people where they are, and the Tucson J is no different. We have the privilege and obligation to meet people where they are, to understand what kinds of Jewish lives people want to lead, and to co-create how we can make it possible for them to do so. We do this in partnership with individuals, with community organizations and synagogues, in collaboration with allies across the broader Tucson community, and often with inspiration from national and global models. Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sacks of blessed memory once reflected on the idea of happiness. He wrote, "Happiness is largely a matter of satisfying needs and wants. Meaning, by contrast, is about a sense of purpose in life, especially by making positive contributions to the lives of others. Happiness is largely about how you feel in the present. Meaning is about how you judge your life as a whole, past, present, and future." The J is the town square of the community as a place for doing Jewish, for connecting with community, and for empowering people to do Jewish for themselves, in times of joy, in times of sorrow, and in times of complexity like now. We aim for the deeper impact, to make positive contributions to individuals, the community, and to global Jewish peoplehood. And so, especially in times of complexity, we lean in. Whatever the moment we find our community in, we are humbled and proud to meet the moment and to have impact on people's individual Jewish journeys and on the collective community. So thank you so much for being here tonight as we reflect on this last year and share dreams and visions for our collective story that has yet to be written. At this time, being in this newly renovated space and being here for the annual meeting, I invite you to join me in reciting the words of the Shehechianu blessing as an expression of gratitude for us for reaching this moment. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu vekimanu vehigianu lazman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu vekimanu vehigianu lazman hazeh. Amen. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who has kept us alive, sustained us, and brought us to this season. Amen.
All right. For the last time ever, I call this meeting to order. It's a good thing she sang, because I was going to sing if she didn't. So we'll get rid of a few business items first, and then we'll move into the more exciting parts. So after a year-long process, a new set of bylaws for the Tucson J were approved by the Tucson JCC Board of Directors and made available online for member review. At this time, I will ask for a motion and a second to adopt the new bylaws and then ask for a vote. Name? I can't see. Leah. Name? Rena, hi. Sorry, I can't see. All right, all those in favor? That's good enough. Kind of loose under my reign, it's fine. Next, we are going to ask for a motion and a second to approve the standard corporate resolution, which enables the officers of the board to execute documents and conduct regular business on behalf of the agency. My notes say I can read this aloud if anybody wants me to. The print is tiny and it's very long, so it has been made available. If anybody would like to, I'm not going to read it, but I would like a motion and a second to pass this. Basically, what it does is it allows us to conduct our business. It allows the officers to sign checks, to do things like that, our secretary to sign documents. So that's what it is. If anybody wants to see it, you can talk to Mike. Anyway, motion. Who was that? Leah. Okay, I love that for us. Who was the second? All right, Lauren. All those in favor? Good enough. All right. See how quickly this is how my meetings have been, just moving right along. To something a little more serious. I want to thank all the retiring board members for their work and dedication to the Tucson JCC. As I call your name, will you please come up to the stage so we can present you with your gift? And each of you will receive a certificate that a tree has been planted in Israel in your name. So, I didn't see him. Mark Herman? I should hope so. There he is. Ryan Rudner? I don't think he's here. I don't think he's here. Andy Shore? Is Andy here? No? Some people don't like trees. And Neil. Is Neil here either? Neil Weiss? Yeah, there's Neil. Come on up here. Come on up. Where is yours? Thank you. Thanks for everything. Neil, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Now, the last one is not here either. I wrote some nice words, and I'm going to say them anyway. Sarah Singer is outgoing board chair, and it is hard to put into words the effect that she has had on the Tucson JCC in her, I believe, 10 years now on the board. And although her contributions run far deeper than this, I think one of the most important things she did is brought us through the COVID pandemic. It's amazing the work she did in partnership with Todd during COVID. And honestly, if not for her leadership and partnership with Todd and his team's hard work, the truth is we may not be sitting here tonight. So many nonprofits had to close their doors during that time, and although our doors physically closed for a short time, because of her leadership, there was never a thought that we were going to have to close permanently. Sarah also led the integration of Arts for All with the JCC, expanding our reach far outside of our walls like we have never done before. She was a tough act to follow, and I can promise you that anything that it looks like I did good during my time as board chair was set up by Sarah. So, although she's not here, let's have a round of applause for Sarah. So, this space is amazing. It really is amazing. And for those of you who have been here the 35 years, I think you can tell, if it's your first time in here, this space has changed completely, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So we should all feel lucky to be in here, and I thank everybody for being here tonight in our beautiful new ballroom and ballroom. I keep messing that up. 35 years we've been here, and out of those 35 years, I think I have been on this campus all 35 years. From swim team as a kid, to which I was not that good at, to being a camp counselor, which I was only slightly better at, working at J-Care, a parent of 2 ECE children, to working out, less lately, to my 10 years of board service. This has been my home for a long time. I remember coming here all the time when my dad was board chair and it was under construction, and memories of walking through here are still under construction, and I think, I don't know how long there's ever been a time of more than a month that I've not been on campus at one point or another. This will be the last time I get to make this joke, so I'm going to do it one more time for those of you who haven't heard it. My dad was board chair 100 years ago, and now I have brought him back to provide senior leadership to the board. And I want to take a second and thank my family, my parents, for always having my kids when I'm in meetings or board meetings or different things, and my kids for being patient with me when my time has been away from them, and my partner and her kids for their patience with that too. The bad news for all of you is I'm going to have a lot more time to be around now, so look forward to that. In reflecting on my time as board chair, the first thing that comes to mind is the work that we did in 2021 implementing our strategic plan and how we followed through on it for the last 3 years. We spent almost a year developing it and have used it as our guidepost for directing our continual growth. There are few things that I am most proud of that we have been able to accomplish in the last couple years under this plan. One of the pillars of our plan was investing in philanthropy and hiring Fran Katz as our Chief Development Officer. I just want you all to remember, I didn't do any of the work, but this was under my reign that we hired her, so just keep that in mind. We have expanded our Jewish Life and Engagement Department under the terrific leadership and guidance of Jen Selko. And we finalized the Arts for All integration and continue to offer the premier services in Arizona for special needs services. Additionally, we've had tremendous growth in PJ Library and implemented the Patron of the Arts programs. I cannot overstate the gratitude for our donors who believed and invested in our vision. We literally don't have a JCC or this beautiful new room without you, so thank you all very much. I like this. You clap for everything I say. Let's see how far I can go. One thing I can promise you is that any way the JCC has thrived under my leadership has been due to the hard work of the dedicated volunteers, staff, and leaders who serve our community. Like any good leader, I let the others do the hard work and take credit for the outcome, so I appreciate that. There are obviously too many staff members to mention that work so hard every day to make the JCC what it is. For anyone who knows anything about nonprofit work, our staff members what they put in every day is not reflected in their paychecks. Our staff is here because they believe in the mission of the JCC and work hard to accomplish it. We have terrific leadership team of Mike Darian, Fran Katz, and Josh Shanker, Jen, Monica, Rachel, Jolene, Charlie, Dale, Corey, Robin, Mallory, everybody who makes this place run, and a million others. I shouldn't have done it. I'm sure I left somebody out, but these are the people who run the JCC on a daily basis, and I am so grateful for the work that you all put on a daily basis. I think that covers, well, I guess I'll mention this. I guess I would be remiss not to mention our leader, Todd Rockoff. You probably know him. When I was earlier in my board tenure, everybody knows the work that Todd puts in. Everybody sees the emails at 3:45 in the morning, sees his car here at that time. But I didn't realize this until I became on the executive committee and was the board chair, that on a national scope, Todd is regarded as one of the top JCC CEOs and Jewish CEOs in the country. I didn't realize that CEOs from across the country call Todd regularly for his advice and guidance. The Tucson JCC is continually viewed as one of the premier Jewish community centers in the world. And it is in no small part due to Todd's leadership. Through COVID, through the ups and downs, he continues to push forward, and he has not let 1 year pass in his time here when he hasn't grown our programs, services, and offerings and facilities. My belief is that he is the top nonprofit CEO in Tucson, probably in Arizona, and one of the best CEOs of the JCC in the country. As I reflect back on my tenure as board chair of the JCC, probably the best thing I did was make sure we signed Todd to a long-term contract so that he wasn't able to get out of here. So this isn't in the script, but this is a lot of work, this job as board chair, and it seems so easy working with you, and the work that you put in is unbelievable. And sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for your leadership, thank you for your guidance, and thank you for everything you do for the JCC. So, with that, my time in the sun is done, which I hate. I love to talk. So I suppose we should elect some new board members and a new board chair. The Tucson JCC Board of Directors is recommending the following board members for nomination. For a term expiring in May of 2025, Abby Stadheim. Is she here? for a term expiring in May of 2027. And if each of you could come up here, Ben Wexler. I don't love that. You got a bigger applause than me. Fine, come up here. Lee Serwitt. Max Miller. And I'll call them both Todd Weiner. So this is the awkward part. As they stand up here, I'm going to ask for a motion and a second to approve the slate as presented. I need a name. Jerry. Second. Name. What? Katie. Oh, hi, Katie. All those in favor? Sounds resounding to me. All right. Well, thank you all so very much, and look forward to it. Thank you. You want a picture of them? Yeah, get it. You guys want to move over to the middle for her? All right, thank you. Now, we'll need the new board to approve the following slate of new officers. As immediate past chair, Jordan Emerson. Secretary Danielle Kaplan, Treasurer Eric Smith, Vice Chair Elise Lopez, Vice Chair Tamar Kugler, Vice Chair Leah Standridge, and Chair Karen Mitchell. So we will need a motion and a second there. Randy Emerson moved. Second, Rena, hi. All right, all those in favor? That was the most people who voted to get me out of here. All right, well, with that, I am done. So thank you all very much.
Tirtzu, Ein Zo Agada. If we will it, it is no dream. These words resounded for us through the mouth of Theodore Herzl as we envisioned creating the modern state of Israel. And we too have dreams, we too have hopes, and together with our will, we will make these dreams come true. Before I begin with my official remarks, which for those of you that are timing me, whatever, I'd like to invite Jordan Emerson back to the stage. Jordan. Uh-oh. So Jordan talked about his time on the board. Jordan's journey to come to the board started at a meal, come up here, that Isaac and I had with him where we explored what Jordan was interested in, what his passions were, what were the things that he could contribute. And we invited Jordan to the board, and in his first year, Mary Cochran, who was the board chair at the time, established a Tikkun Olam committee. And we began to look at projects that we could do out in the community. And we identified as our first project that we would paint transitional housing units at the Pio Decimo Center. And we needed to go down there and spend what seemed like originally a couple hours and turned into a number of days. And Jordan was there. He was all in. He was there to do whatever was necessary. But in typical Jordan fashion, he wouldn't do it alone. And what he did was he brought his kids with him. Again, generation to generation, teaching what being involved in community service is all about. Fast forward in 2016, we had an issue with some security, and we recognized that we needed to go through a process and upgrade the level of security at the J. And we needed a board member to help lead that process. And once again, there was Jordan. From doing things that might just be fun like painting to being involved in very serious projects. As Jordan was getting ready to assume his time as board chair, as he mentioned, we were going to go through a strategic planning process. This was a seminal moment, and we needed real leadership. And Jordan agreed to lead this process. Jordan gathered a group of community volunteers, board members, and staff who came together to create the strategic plan that has been one of the things that has propelled us forward. But more important than that, Jordan doesn't answer my emails at 3:45 anymore, but at one time he did. But Jordan has been a partner. Jordan has been a counsel. Jordan has been an absolute pleasure to work with. And most of all, he has been a friend. So, on behalf of the board, the staff, and the community, Jordan, come over here. We give you this beautiful art piece as a reminder of your time. So thank you for everything. There's Josh Allen. Oh, Jordan, we need a picture. Again, this doesn't count on my time. So I want to, do you see yourself, Sasha? So I want to take a moment as we're beginning to recognize and thank some people who are here with us tonight. I want to thank Johanna Shlomovich, who is the head of THA, for joining us here tonight and for her partnership and the work that we are doing together that is making such an incredible impact on our community. I want to welcome to her first of what I hope will be many JCC annual meetings, the new CEO at Jewish Philanthropies of Southern Arizona, Hava Leipzig-Holzhauer. And I'm grateful that Hava brought her team, Emily and Kim and Jenny and Amy, and of course our remarkable senior community shlicha, Yuval. We stand on the shoulders of those who came before us. We are here in this place and at this time because of the work that many did before us. We've talked about the fact that we've been in this building now for 35 years. But it's before that. In 1955, this organization was established, and on Broadway and Plummer was our home. And many of you in the room have shared stories with me of what it was like to grow up and to go there and to do the things that people are doing here now. That seed was planted, and that journey for the Jewish community began through the JCC at that point in time. We then recognized that it was time to move on. And we became a J without walls for a period of time. And with the creativity and drive of the staff and the lay leadership, we survived and thrived as a group of, if you will, wandering Jews. But during that time, we acquired this piece of property. And many of you in this room were involved and were aware of what that was. And during that time of wandering, we envisioned what could grow in this remarkable place. And in 1987, the leadership of this community had the good foresight to hire my friend Ken Light. Ken guided us through the construction. Ken guided us through the opening of the building. And during his 27 years at the helm of this organization, he made this the premier organization in the country. I would go to conferences and I would listen to Ken talk, and I would take in every word and know that his leadership was the kind of leadership I hoped to grow into as I continued my career. So Ken, thank you for lighting the way. And in door-to-door fashion, Ken has brought his grandson, Jaden, who is now working in town and will one day be a leader on one of our organizations. There is a term that Jordan has embraced, past chair. But one of the things that's remarkable about this community is that past chairs don't want to just be in the past. The people that have led this organization continue to be involved, continue to support, continue to provide me with amazing and valuable counsel. They continue to provide this organization not just reflecting on the past, but caring deeply about the future that lies ahead. So I'm going to ask that those of you that are past chairs, and I know you're eating now, please take a moment and stand up, and I thank you. There are visionary leaders who are part of establishing this organization who are no longer with us. And while I regret not having the opportunity to work with them, I am grateful for their contribution. I am grateful for what they have done and the seeds that they planted. And I know that they are looking down and with incredible pride at where the Tucson J is. So thank you all for what you have done. Jordan's mentioned, and a number of people have mentioned, our strategic plan. And on your program, there is a QR code. That QR code you can open with your phone and your camera, and that will take you right to our annual report. The annual report will give you great detail of all that is happening here. I want to highlight a few things. Our plan is based on 5 pillars. Engaging families with young children, innovative Jewish programming, an investment in philanthropy, engaging with the broader community, and technology and infrastructure. I am very grateful to JPSA, who had the foresight and vision to provide us with the funding to go through the process of creating that strategic plan that has been transformational to the Tucson J. The Tucson J is the town square of the community where everyone belongs and some people join. Accompanying our strategic plan, we created 3 North Stars that would guide our path. Greater Jewish community, more vibrant Jewish life, and measurable and intentional Jewish outcomes. These things helped us to form our engagement strategy. We have an engagement strategy that sounds pretty simple. Engaging thousands, counting by ones. We aspire to be both a mirror and a window. We would like to have people see themselves reflected in the programs and services that we offer, and we would like to have people also open a window to what may be possible in the future. We began working with an organization called Gather Inc. One of the first times that we encountered Gather Inc., who is a relationship-based engagement expert, was through a cohort with the Jewish ecosystem of Southern Arizona, established by Jewish Philanthropies of Southern Arizona. We then encountered them a number of times working and training our staff on how to go on coffee dates, how to be involved with others, how to establish relationships for relationships' sake, and to begin to understand the emerging preferences of our community and to do the work necessary in a collaborative way to make those things possible. We are proud to be the implementing partner of PJ Library. PJ Library is a remarkable program for families with young children. The growth in PJ Library over the last 2 years has been in many ways unprecedented. We have more children and more families participating. We have moved the program beyond the book. We have moved the program into families getting to know each other and creating more opportunities for people to come and be together. I am incredibly grateful that we still have the good fortune to work with Mary Ellen Lobel, who's our PJ Library coordinator, for the leadership of Jennifer Selko, who is the director of the program, and Suzette Joffrey, who is one of our new parent connectors. One of the hallmarks of the J has always been our early childhood department. When I got here, we had 19 classrooms. Coming out of COVID, we had 19 classrooms. And then we began to grow. So we took another space inside the building and made a 20th classroom. But the real magic is we then needed a 21st and a 22nd classroom. And we didn't have space. And our partners at Tucson Hebrew Academy said, come and work with us and put classrooms from the preschool at THA and deepen that collaboration and partnership that our two organizations have together. And this fall we'll open that 22nd classroom and we will approach north of 300 children in our early childhood department. In addition to classrooms at THA, we reciprocate and we are going to be teaching the phys ed program to the students at THA. Again, connecting people more deeply here on this remarkable campus that we have the pleasure of being on. We have talked about the growth in philanthropic investment. Fran Katz, who is the remarkable Chief Development Officer here, has taken what we were terrified in our strategic plan to create, which was a goal that within 5 years, between grants and individual giving, we would go from raising $400,000 a year to raising $1 million. Last year, we raised a little over $1.8 million. In the fall, our Arts and Culture Signature Series, we are pleased to say that this fall will be brought to us through the generosity of Mike and Beth Kasser, and that we have created community gatherings. Last year, we brought together synagogues, agencies, and the JCC to create a community Shabbat dinner. Different services in each of our rooms that culminated with 350 people welcoming Shabbat together in our gymnasium because it was too big for this room. In a couple of weeks, Shavuot will be upon us. And it is customary on Shavuot to study all night long. And that used to happen in individual synagogues separately. And with the vision of synagogue leadership and community leaders, we were able to create a Tikkun La'el Shavuot that was here at the J, where over 100 people attended last year, and many stayed until 4 in the morning. Some of us needed to go to bed. And we will be doing that again, and we are very grateful this year for a grant through Jewish Philanthropies and the Palchuk Fund that we have some additional funding to make the program even more special. 35 years ago, this building was built as an asset to the community. And it is our responsibility as stewards of that asset to make sure that we are continually investing. So with the opening of this new ballroom, I did a little looking back. And over the last 10 years, we have put $10 million worth of work into the Tucson J campus. This room is magnificent. It is everything that we would have wanted. And I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge and thank Paul and Alice Baker for their incredible generosity. We work with children, but we also work with seniors. And we have developed a new program that we call Healthy Aging. And one of the signature aspects of that program is our movement arts program for individuals with dementia and early onset Alzheimer's. That program decided that it was time to go on their first field trip. They meet here, they do exercise, they move, they do activities, but it was time to get out of the building. So where should we go on our first field trip? Of course, we should go to the Tucson Jewish Museum and Holocaust Center. And a couple of weeks ago, with the guidance of Linda Travis, our remarkable director of the program, we were able to take that group on a field trip, and it was absolutely beautiful. Tuesday of next week, the second large program that will take place here is through the Jewish ecosystem of Southern Arizona, and we will have the second Age Well Day. We have 91 adults that are signed up to come and to learn and to get to know each other and to take part in a really vibrant program that is planned in collaboration across the community. I can't not talk about this moment. The Weintraub Israel Center is a gift to our community. The Weintraub Israel Center was established as a partnership between Jewish Philanthropies of Southern Arizona and the Tucson J. And this year's theme for programming was to be the 70 Faces of Israel, to show all of the different beautiful and wonderful aspects in this remarkable homeland that we have. And a year ago right now, 1,200 people came together under the leadership of Abby Cook and the Weintraub Israel Center Chair Jeff Artsy to create Israel at 75. It was a remarkable celebration. There was so much energy about what was going to be possible in the year to come. And then October 7th happened. The unthinkable. The country was invaded by terrorists, and our world stopped. And I know for me personally, I continue to feel that I have a piece of me that remains in the East while my feet stand here in the West. And yet, the programming of the Israel Center continues. And what you will see next week is a week-long celebration and reflection of what is going on in Israel. And Abby and Yuval and those that are involved have planned a really thoughtful program, kicking off a week from Sunday with Yom HaZikaron and finishing on the 19th with an amazing concert. We will continue to put Israel front and center. We will continue to follow an idea that at least I have, that one of the best ways to connect with Israel is to go to Israel and to meet Israelis. And this summer, the Israel Friendship Caravan will be back at camp, performing for the first time in 5 years, and doing a community concert, and I would encourage all of you to fill this room to make that happen. And we have 2 young people who will join our camp staff, summer shlachim, who have a very specific job at camp, but they have a larger job in terms of representing Israel and telling the Israel story to the children, to the camp staff, and to their host families. After October 7th, we had a gathering in the Jill Rosenzweig Memorial Sculpture Garden where 900 people came to show solidarity and support. We need to continue to show that solidarity and support as we continue to march on through all that has happened, and our resilience will be our strength. We work in partnership throughout the community. An example of that is the Tucson Community Tennis Program. We have, through our tennis program and our partnership with TCTP and the generosity of philanthropists, we have been able to teach tennis to local elementary school children and to use our beautiful facility as a resource for them. In addition, we have worked with the Lapin Sunshine Foundation. And one of the things that the Lapin Foundation has done is they bring therapy dogs here to work with our disability program services. And we are incredibly grateful for their generosity and their vision and their help. But one of the really amazing things that we did was through the Lapin Sunshine Foundation, we went down to South Tucson. And Jennifer and Abby and Yuval and a team brought Hanukkah to an elementary school in South Tucson and introduced the fun and the meaning of Hanukkah and allowed a glimpse, a window, if you will, into Jewish life and giving them an opportunity to engage with Yuval, who they may never have met somebody from Israel before. I cannot say enough about the remarkable staff that we have here at the Tucson J. We have a group of people who give of themselves and who have adopted the philosophy that we are not a nonprofit, that we are a for impact. And everything we do is guided by creating more and more impact on the community that we have the ability and gift to serve. One of the things that we did was we received a grant from the Lovell Foundation and the Safety, Respect, and Equity Network to create a J Culture program to help us work with an organization called Ta'amod to ensure that what the staff encounter is a safe, respectful, and equitable workspace. And with that grant and in partnership with others in the community, we worked with Sacred Spaces to redo our personnel policies. And in redoing our personnel policies, what you will see on your left is the BREAT, the first page of our personnel code that codifies our promise as to what kind of place this place is to work. And our values are strewn throughout the personnel code. On your right is our Daf of Talmud. We needed to create something that would explain to ourselves in the terms that represent our values who we are. And we recognize, like Talmud, it will continue to grow. And we will continue to have conversation about it. And we will continue to find ways to create greater Jewish community and more vibrant Jewish life. Lastly, we also created new salary basements and enhanced transparency as to how all of that comes together for our team. I am incredibly proud of the work that was done. I am grateful to the partnership on the board who helped guide the policy change, and grateful to the staff team who worked to develop it and implement it. I've talked about early childhood. I've talked about seniors, so I guess I'll talk about teens. The Tucson J is proud that our teen program is BBYO. For those of us that were in BBYO, BBYO is celebrating its 100th anniversary this year. When I arrived in Tucson and I met with the Nasiya of Kadima, the girls chapter, and tried to understand the depth of the program, what she told me is that between the boys and girls, there were 8 kids that were involved. And we have worked with great intention to grow that program. And Davis Hubble, our teen engagement director, has told me there are now 90 kids in our BBYO program. We were fortunate to receive a grant through Better Together. And in doing so, our BBYO kids go to Handmaker and do activities and play games and get to know the residents of Handmaker on a regular basis. And last week, they created together 200 hygiene kits to deliver to the Primavera Foundation. We will also be joining THA, who is another recipient of the Better Together grant for the year-end celebration. I aspired for us to participate in a program called One-to-One. It's a twinning program for teens, where teens were invited to spend 1 hour a week with a teen in Israel on Zoom to develop a one-to-one relationship. And I had said to my friend Scott Lazensky, who runs the program, I think we can get 4 or 5 kids to do that. We had 13 teens invest time in getting to know another teen in Israel. And I want to read to you what one of our teens said. I have been talking to my participant from Israel and love it. We have become friends and we text all the time. I love this program and would highly recommend it to others. That, my friends, is impact. What's next? What could possibly be next? What could we do that would represent the animation of our strategic plan, that would bring Jewish peoplehood to life, that would involve a community mobilization like we have not seen in 25 years? Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to host the JCC Maccabi Games in 2025. From July 27th through August 1st, we will welcome 1,000 teens from North America, from Israel, and from Eastern Europe. And we will engage a couple hundred people on the steering committee that is being led by Barney Holtzman and Kira Holtzman. And again, past chairs don't live in the past. Barney is a proud past chair of this board and was happy to raise his hand to give that kind of leadership. The steering committee and apparatus is led by our Chief Program Officer, Josh Schenker, who has also taken on the additional responsibility of being the games director. And we are proud to have brought here and stolen from my friend in South Florida, Marcus Mendelson, who is the newly minted Assistant Games Director. We will need everybody to be part of this. There is a role and an opportunity for each of us. Be a volunteer, be a committee member, be a host family, frankly, do it all. We only do this every 25 years. It's an incredible opportunity to bring our community together, to provide something that we can be incredibly proud of. And I cannot wait, and I am looking forward to what is ahead. Im tirtzu ein zo agada. If we will it, it is no dream. And together we can make all of our dreams come true. Thank you very much.
Im tirtzu ein zo agada, ein zo agada, la 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 la, liotam chofshi be'artzeinu, be'eretz Zion, be'Yerushalayim. Im tirtzu ein zo agada, ein zo agada, la 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 la, liotam chofshi be'artzeinu, be'eretz Zion, be'Yerushalayim.
Good evening, everyone. Oh, man. We're going to do that one more time. Good evening, everyone. I like it. My name is Josh Shanker. I'm the Chief Program Officer here at the J, and tonight it is my privilege to kick off our staff award presentations. Impressed and proud feel like understatements when thinking about how we feel about the impact and growth this past year and last several years. We've been fortunate to be able to approach challenges and new opportunities with excitement and open minds. We don't blink and we don't flinch. And that's because we have the true privilege of being able to look around at all the talented and dedicated team members that we have to go on those journeys with. Our secret sauce is and always will be our people. So for a second, and I'm not going to hang you out to dry for too long, if we have any Tucson J staff in the room, which we have plenty, please raise your hand. The Tucson J was incorporated with the principle and purpose of doing all things for the benefit of the community. And through our staff, our dedicated teammates, we're making a difference. Our team's commitment to think creatively, provide excellent experience, and to do all of that relationally is what makes the difference in the lives of those we serve every day. There are countless talented professionals on our team. Each one of them makes a unique and meaningful contribution to our mission, and each one of them makes an impact every day. Tonight, I'm excited that we have 6 of those special individuals to highlight. We have 6 total staff awards to present this evening, as 2 of our larger areas with our 2 largest full-time direct service teams, Early Childhood and Disability Program Services, each have 2 awards reserved for recognizing exceptional staff in those areas. In addition, and the awards that I have the honor of presenting tonight, we have our 2 Beth Stern Awards for Staff Excellence. Beth Stern was the beloved membership director here at the J. Beth was known for her outstanding customer service and going above and beyond to make everyone's experience at the J something special. When she passed away tragically in May of 2000, her friends and family established an endowment fund that would honor her in perpetuity. Every year, an award and funding toward professional development is presented in her memory to Tucson J professionals who embody the commitment that Beth demonstrated throughout her career at the J. The Beth Stern Awards for Staff Excellence are given in recognition of team members that go over and above to make the J a special place. Awardees are chosen based on their pattern of willingness to exceed expectations of our members, users, staff, and guests. So, our first winner of the Beth Stern Award for Staff Excellence this year is Mary Tucker. Please come on up to the stage. Mary is one of our day porters on our building services team, responsible for the cleanliness of much of our facilities and has a direct impact on the look and feel of our building. Her hard work and reliability are only matched by her positive presence, which is felt by all she interacts with. She takes pride in the results of her work and demonstrates care in what she does. Though she's always diligently on the go, she consistently seeks contact and interaction and finds opportunity to engage with members, guests, and other staff. She always greets those she sees, and often by name. For the rest of us around the building, her kindness and positivity make her a privilege to work with. Mary, for the tireless efforts that you put in to make sure the J is the comfortable, special place we strive for, thank you. Our second Beth Stern Award for Staff Excellence this year goes to Mary Maher. Please come on up to the stage. Mary is one of our fitness personal trainers, and odds are, if you've spent any time in our fitness center, you've seen and or interacted with her at some point. She is professional and warm. She's incredibly hardworking. In fact, she averages nearly 80 training sessions a week working with a variety of individual clients. We've estimated that in her nearly 10 years of service here at the J, that she's worked with over 600 unique individual clients. And today, she's responsible for a little over a third of our personal training revenue single-handedly. Though her client list seems never-ending, she seemingly effortlessly provides each one of them a personal and individual experience. When training, her full focus is on her clients, and each one of them know and feel she's there for them 100%, and they have her full attention. Regardless of when you visit the fitness center, you're likely to see Mary engaged with someone with a warm, welcoming smile and a happy, positive attitude. Mary, on behalf of all the people you've impacted and continue to every day, thank you for all the amazing work that you do. All right, now I would like to call upon Jolene Riddle to come on up and present our ECE Awards.
Hi, thank you. Good evening. I'm going to turn it just a little bit. All right, so I have the pleasure of presenting our Early Childhood Education Professional Excellence Awards for a lead teacher and an assistant teacher tonight, and they are both amazing. Can I have Damaris up to the stage, please? So 29 years ago, a friend of Damaris recommended that she work at the J. She said, "You'll be great at their preschool." She started at the J in 1995 as a full-time floater. After graduating in 2000, she became a lead teacher. Damaris currently is a threes lead teacher. She is a team lead of four classrooms. She is our art studio specialist, and she is a U of A student teacher mentor. I would love to share with you some of what her colleagues have said about her recently. Damaris always has a strategy for kids. I've learned so much from her. One of my favorites is using Simon Says to prime the kids for following directions. Damaris is very creative and passionate about what she does. Damaris is friendly, warm, fuzzy. She has a brilliant smile. She makes you feel welcome and engages in great conversations. Her passion is clear in her studio spaces. So I personally have grown tremendously as an educator because of Damaris. She understands how a child's brain works from early math concepts to teenager social emotions. Damaris is the kind of teacher that you can sit and talk with, plan, and collaborate for hours. She is a mentor to her peers, new employees, and pre-service teachers. Damaris' delivery is always kind and supportive. She can communicate feedback to anyone in a way that makes them feel good while knowing that they need to work on something. Thank you, Damaris, for impacting so many children, teachers, and families. Congratulations. Oh, you want a picture? Damaris. Sorry, forgot that part. I'm sorry. Thanks. May I have Elda to the stage, please? Elda started with us in 2019. So here's a question. What do you do when the person working the day shift from our cleaning crew can't stop playing with the kids? You offer them a job. Offering Elda a job in ECE and stealing her from another department was one of the best decisions that I have ever made. Her co-workers would agree. Here are some of what they said about Elda. Elda is a great coworker and amazing with children. We couldn't do it without her. She puts her heart into every decision she makes. Children benefit from her care in ways that cannot be measured. Elda is a team player and hard worker. Kids love her, and she's always on the go. Elda makes everyone feel welcome. She embraces you like family. So I believe that Elda has a strength like no other. She supports children, teachers, and families. She is often the teacher that teachers go to for help with children's big emotions. Elda is a good listener and for her colleagues when they need help. The kids know that they can go to Elda for a hug anytime. And when she peeks over the rim of her glasses, they know she means business. Thank you, Elda, for your strong presence and compassion for your community. Congratulations. And I would like to have our Senior Director of Disability Program Services, Charlie Page, to the stage.
Hello, everyone. My name is Charlie Page. I'm the Senior Director of Disability Program Services here at the Tucson J. I grew up in Tucson and spent a lot of time at the J as a kid. During college, I worked with youth and adults with disabilities, and I'm extremely fortunate to be back at the J, leading our DPS department in service to our participants and their families. Disability Program Services provides 2-day programs for adults with developmental disabilities, Arts for All and Taglit, as well as summer camp for middle and high school youth with developmental disabilities. The Tucson J acknowledges our participants and their family as vibrant and integral parts of the J's and Tucson's community. DPS is a mission-driven department. Our staff provide programming designed to explore, cultivate, and maximize each participant's potential. By emphasizing wellness, community engagement, education, and fun, we work to meet each individual's unique needs through a program spirited by Jewish values and communal harmony. Our staff works at Arts for All and Taglit because they believe in this mission. I am honored to work with such a passionate, dedicated, and selfless group of professionals. The J and its communities counts on our staff to do this important work, and the J is better because of them. This is the first year we present 2 staff members with the DPS Professional Excellence Award. First up, Alba Montalvo Cañas, please come up. Alba is an Arts for All direct support professional and newly promoted floor supervisor. Alba has been an Arts for All staff member for 1.5 years. As a floor supervisor, she leads by example, performing every aspect of a direct support professional's job. Alba works directly with each staff member and communicates daily with all of our Arts for All families. Alba loves Arts for All's participants, is fulfilled doing her job, and is incredibly humble. Working with Alba for me is refreshing and inspiring because it reminds me of why I was drawn to this field of service. Alba is curious, wants to improve every day she shows up to work, and her loving and hardworking spirit creates a culture that we all want to be a part of. Thank you, Alba. Oh, I'm not done. Sorry. Alba's director, Missy Alston, has this to say about Alba. Working hard is important, but working kindly is just as important. Alba consistently nails both. Her outstanding performance is a daily inspiration to our participants and team alike. No matter the situation, she always rises to the occasion. Thank you, Alba, for being such a reliable member of our team and for your unwavering dedication to your work and the community we serve. Next up is Wendy Nevarez, the Taglit direct support professional. This July, Wendy will celebrate 3 years as a Tag Lead staff member. She has worked with all of our participants and done every role we ask our DSPs to perform. Wendy is a reliable driver, room leader, a confidant to her peers, and will do anything asked of her as long as it is in the best interest of the Tag Lead participants. Wendy is a leader. Her quiet confidence and calm demeanor provide a safe and welcoming environment for Tag Lead's participants and her peers. I appreciate her honesty and admire how she always keeps the participants' interests first. Wendy will also never take credit for her incredible work, but she doesn't have a choice tonight. So, thank you, Wendy, you are exceptional. Wendy's director, Vero Trujillo, has this to say about Wendy. I love that I can always count on you to come to work with a bright smile and a fantastic attitude. Your excellence is an inspiration to all of us in the DPS department. Your hard work and dedication is an example to everyone on our team. I'm constantly impressed by your performance, so thank you, Wendy, for all of your hard work and dedication to Tag Lead.
We heard Todd talk about the movement arts immersion group classes for people in early and mid stages of dementia. And I'm here to present the Volunteer of the Year award. So Amy Klein, could you please come up here? Amy Klein is a volunteer for the Movement and Arts Immersion Group Classes, a program in the Wellness Department for those in early and mid stages of dementia. Amy has been with the program since June of 2023 and continues to grow her role. She contributes 6 hours a week in 2 groups and engages additional planning and training activities with the Movement and Arts team of staff and volunteers. Amy brings nearly 20 years of work experience in the human services field to her volunteer work here. She leads groups, and depending on the day, and I'm gonna have to come by to hear this, but I hear, depending on the day, you can walk by her classes and either hear them listening to classical music, or from what I hear, the Grateful Dead. An Unchained Melody. Amy is the kind of volunteer that the Tucson Jewish Community Center depends on to be able to offer programming like this. She is dependable, creative, and truly compassionate. And on the heels of this award, Amy will be assuming an even larger leadership role in the group. So you can't back out now. You're locked in. It is my honor to present Amy Klein the Volunteer of the Year Award for her work in the Movement and Arts Immersion Group classes, and to truly thank you for everything you do. We literally can't do this work without you.
Team, can we get one more round of applause for absolutely everyone that works at the J, everyone that volunteers? Come on. What a great group. Awesome, thank you. All right, well, I have the tremendous honor of introducing Karen Mitchell. So Karen, over here, she's about to come up, she is our incoming board chair. And outside of all of the amazing work she does here at the JCC, she also is a CPA. So I'm not going to say if you're looking, but so we are thrilled to have Karen join us as our board chair, and I ask that you give her a warm welcome. Welcome up, Karen.
Okay, Jordan was not kidding about how bright it is up here. Wow. I do actually want to start by thanking Jordan for the incredible job that he has done leading our board these past 2 years. I give him a pretty hard time about, well, almost everything, but his leadership has resulted in a strong organization as well as a really strong board. So I do want to thank our board members as well. Your thought leadership and active participation is truly the key to our success here. And going forward, I will be relying on all of you to help make sure that RJ is as strong as we want and need it to be. I am so excited to take on this role of board chair, especially in this year celebrating 35 years on our beautiful river campus. While I know that I attended activities at the previous location, this is the JCC that I grew up with and within for everything from swimming and summer camp to bar and bat mitzvah celebrations. My path to standing here before you is a little different than some of our past chairs who grew up with the tradition of community service. Especially Jordan, who is sitting next to his dad, and makes them 2 generations of JCC board chairs. So I was born and raised in Tucson, and although I stayed here for college and beyond, I wasn't really active in the community as an adult. But one day, nearly 10 years ago, a friend suggested that I join the Jay's Finance Committee. I had no idea what I was in store for, but a whole new world opened up to me, centered around building this really special community that I otherwise would never have been a part of. I've made so many friends and built so many connections in my time with the Jay's committees and board, and I'm incredibly grateful for that. That community makes me feel really supported as I move into this new chapter. Which brings me to something really important that I want to say. While I do absolutely want to thank Todd Rockhoff for his tireless leadership and commitment to the Jay, so thank you, Todd, for your truly amazing contributions to this community and to this JCC. I mostly want to express my thanks at a more personal level. When I joined the Finance Committee, the only volunteer work that I had ever done was taking pictures of kittens to get them adopted from a local cat rescue. But with Todd's mentorship, guidance, and friendship, I was able to grow into someone who feels ready to take on the challenges and adventures that the Jay has in store in the coming years. And on that note, I do want to take a few minutes to look forward to what lies ahead. Look around this ballroom. Not only is it beautiful, the remodel was done to provide maximum opportunities for use so that we can enjoy this space in the future. The possibilities for concerts and other new events are nearly endless, and these changes will improve the experience for our film festival and meetings like this as well. And then there is likely what will be both the biggest challenge and opportunity of my tenure as board chair, when Tucson hosts the 2025 Maccabi Games. Our entire community will need to come together to pull this off, but I have complete belief that we will be able to provide a memorable and meaningful Jewish experience to the thousands of kids that will descend on Tucson that summer. And on top of that, my hope is that this will be an opportunity for all of us as volunteers and community members to build new connections and relationships as we work together. Building those connections will serve us in the short term, but I want us to all think about the longer term as well. This year, our board took its first steps to adopt a relationship-based engagement methodology to help us better understand and connect with the people in our community. We will have additional learning opportunities for the board this year so that eventually this type of engagement will be the natural way that we interact with our community. And looking even further ahead, we are now focused on partnering with our colleagues at JPSA to build a robust endowment and legacy plan so that we can all be confident in a secure and supported JCC for future generations. This is such a wonderful opportunity for 2 amazing organizations to come together to benefit our entire community's future. My hope is to make it as easy as possible for our community members to support the J in every way and in every life phase that they wish to. And with that, I will hand it back over to our hosts for the evening, Eric and Danielle. A huge thanks to both of you, as well as to our event co-chairs, Lauren Talkington and Tamar Kugler, and the J staff for putting together such a beautiful event tonight. Thank you.
All right, so how we feeling? There was 6 people that were excited. Hold on, wait. We just heard about all the incredible things that are going on at the J and what's happening in the future, so I'll ask you one more time. How are we feeling about the future of the JCC? There we go. So it's really interesting because we get to come here and talk and blabber and take all the credit, but really this event was put on by an incredible group of people. And I want to practice something new with you because your palms probably hurt from all the kudos that we've been giving all the wonderful staff and members here at the JCC. We're going to practice something called the one clap. So every time I announce a name behind the incredible planning that happened for this event, you give it one clap, like this. We're going to create a class for clapping at the JCC now. All right, we're going to do it like this. Perfect. All right, so, and please, when I call your name, I'd like you to raise your hand or stand up. Make sure that we can see you. I can't see you because of the lights in the back, but everybody else will, I promise. So, to the planning committee, where's Tamara Kugler? One clap. Lauren Talkington. And the staff team, Fran Katz, Jalen Brack, Rachel Mitchell, and Monica Rosenbaum. Truly, it is a lot of effort to put on an event like this. It all seems like it goes seamlessly, but it only does so with careful planning. So now you can go ahead and give a whole bunch of round of applause.
All right. Well, if y'all can believe it, I think we might be ending an event a little early, but don't go home. You know what that means. We have time to mingle. So when we first got here, y'all were chatting about. So we would love to invite you into the art gallery to join us for dessert and to hang and mingle, get to know one another outside of your tables. I heard a rumor that there is little finger desserts as well as chocolate fondue. So I want to thank all of you for coming today. Really encourage you to come hang. I would love to meet those that I haven't had a chance to meet yet.
As do I. Thank you so much. We'll see you out in the art gallery.